Okay, previously I've been speaking about how to go about in your PhD first year. What are the 6 things to do in your PhD first year? Now we are going to learn some more things that to be done in your second year. So when you enter into second year, the first big problem is to become lazy because you know all the rules and regulations of the university. You get some friendships around and you are taking little bit freedom to enjoy life. This may be a great problem in your second year. So the interest that you showed in your first year should be the same interest to continue in your second year. Never forget this thumb rule. So always you should be the same person when you were there, how your mind set up, the humility, the fear, and the way you approach others, how it was there in the beginning of your PhD first year should continue even in your PhD second year. So learn these things first. Your behavior overall in the university is very, very important while doing PhD. So make sure you are tightly disciplined and not taking advantage of your supervisor, not taking advantage of the rules of the university. What you're supposed to do, you're supposed to do, following in every way. So if you are successful in this, then automatically you will do things what you're supposed to do in your PhD second year. Now, firstly, in my previous video, what to do in first year, I spoke about writing some papers in keeping with you. Now, this is the time, the second year, you'll be finishing some DRC reviews with the doctoral panel once in 6 months. And you might be getting some advices from your supervisor regarding your PhD title and the overall research you are concentrating upon. So taking all that things, concluding final titles of your PhD, you have to modify your research papers in second year in the beginning itself and try to communicate your research paper as soon as you can. So the quicker you are, the better the reviews will be by the end of your second year, or probably it may not take even whole year. If a quality journal can take up to 9 months, not more than that, however the journal is. But the minimum 4 years, 4 months to 5 months or 6 months, it depends upon the journal, and it depends upon your paper quality. It depends upon the review that you get. So, but second year is the time to communicate paper to a good and quality and solid journal. Again, I'm telling, a good quality and solid journal. Do not believe in the journals that you get suggestions from your professors around. You can take those suggestions, but at the same time you have to make sure the journal is of high quality, that is there forever, so that can bring on your resume forever, not just today it is there, tomorrow it is gone. So that way again you have to struggle in your third year, fourth year to republish with new papers. So it's all waste of time. That's why you have to do it in the beginning itself. Well begun is half done. So if you begin well, it is already done. So that is how you need to work it out. Communicate your research paper as SAP in the beginning of your second year PhD, and the whole of second year should be publication of papers, around 3 papers what you had written in the first year. So communicate, and you will get major revisions or minor revisions from editors, and do those revisions and submit back, and your paper will be published any time of the second year. So that is your primary goal in your second year. And the other point that you need to work it out is to start finalizing your writing. So you might be collecting some resources in your first year. I've been telling you in my previous video. And second year is the time like to put together all the sources and develop some writing, the piles of writing, like a bunch of papers on your laptop, papers in the sense folders you are writing. So if you can create this much writing from first year's primary and secondary resources and all other resources which I spoke to you, Now if you can create this much writing, or the more the better, but do not deviate the topic. Once you do that, then you are completely messing up with all the unnecessary writing, and it will be a great confusion which one to pick up later. Again, I told you to segregate properly all the folders with all the topics, naming correctly each folder what is in where. That way your writing is organized how it's supposed to be. So that's how you have to work it out on your writing. You have to write and write and write and collect all the writing at one place by the end of the second year. And I will tell you in my next video what to do with that, with that all writing, what to eliminate and all. So but you have to be with in your hand all that writing stuff, and that writing stuff should be completely unique. It is not copy paste method here in PhD. In your writing, that writing is yours, okay? It is unique. You are writing all your ideas, you are writing on your own, you are researching on your own, and from what you have been collecting in the first year, from what you have been reading research paper from your first year, from what you have been understanding from your first year. So everything will be written here in the second year. And write more and more, means even if it is not directly related to your topic, even if it is indirectly related, what I am speaking is don't completely deviate the topic. That doesn't mean that exactly stick to the topic. It means that any indirect relation or connection with your research topic also you should take into consideration, and go ahead writing your paper well, writing your stuff well on your research topic. The more you write and put on your laptop, in your pen drive storage device, and on Google Drive, then and be careful, do not reveal any of the stuff to anybody, because and do not share it over emails to anybody unnecessarily. So accept it to your supervisor, and always whenever you share with your supervisor, I always recommend to put a password, and you send it to your supervisor's email. Even somebody hacks your supervisor's email, so the password is there intact with you. You can share your password to your supervisor separately on a hard copy written paper, or you can manually tell because he's there always with you in communication. So that's why always share the documents with password protected. That's how you are safe and sound, because nowadays we know how people are grabbing, hacking, and stealing a lot of content from others, and it's a completely mess up if you don't take precautions. Like you have to be careful in little things, in smaller things. That way you will save that biggest trouble. So these things you have to do it. You have to write up more and keep it with you, and that is when in your second year it's very, very crucial. And the other thing is conferences. Now second year is the time to go out from your university and attend as many conferences as you can, again on your research topic. Do not deviate on from your research topic. Any type of conference that is directly related to you from I recommend to go with reputed government universities. Do not go to conferences that are conducted in hotels, conferences that are conducted in some organizations. So rather than that, if you go with a reputed universities, or at least it is a approved UGC approved or approved college or university, that is a little bit valid. So choosing conferences, where to attend, from which organization, which college, which university also play a great role. So that's why you have to make sure attending lot of conferences, as many conferences as you can. Go farther conferences, because instead of attending conferences around you, better you choose a broader audience with different culture and lifestyle. That way your experience is very much sound. If you are financially strong, at least try one international conference abroad around you. Do not go to outside your continent, but within your continent you can try countries around you. That way you have international experience with conferences. So you can do it, all these things, attending conferences and attending webinars, attending workshops, and doing things. Especially PhD second year is meant to spend time outside, to spend time on your research topic, promoting to others, telling to others what you are into. That doesn't mean revealing your written content. You can share it by mouth. What is it, and those points are very much different from what you have. Okay, what you are securing it for future thesis writing. So this thing is very, very important in your PhD second year. So spending life outside. And the other point is getting acquaintance with others, especially your doctoral panel. So there will be 5 members who are guiding you, your supervisor, expert from your department itself, an expert from other university outside, external expert, and also expert from other department, and the chairperson. Maybe according to the university policies, you have one doctoral committee panel who is observing you, who is supervising you, who is assessing your performance in your PhD, your research work. Go to them time to time and talk to them, establish a kind of guru and disciple relationship, and not to keep yourself distant from them totally, but making sure you have to go to them and understand, go to them and present yourself with your research growth. And why I tell this is, tomorrow they are the persons who are going to be with you till your completion of your PhD, in terms of anything, like in terms of giving suggestions, or in terms of promoting you, or in terms of giving signatures on your documents. So if you don't establish, if you forget, except your supervisor, anyhow that is mandatory to have communication with your supervisor. If you forget your doctoral committee members and just live like this, then that will be a problem. You are inviting again unnecessary, uncomfortable atmosphere around you. So always have good communication with your doctoral panel members. Now and then go to them and share what is happening around you. You don't need to don't overdo it. You don't need to do extra things. You will do everything with supervisor. All that overdoing or extra or going deep conversations, that everything will happen with your supervisor anyhow. But giving a broad idea what is happening around your research, sharing with your other panel members is very important. So that you have to do again in your PhD second year. So if you can implement all these points, I have been telling 4 to 5 points till now. If you are doing all these things, like spending your life qualitatively in your PhD second year, not giving away to friendships, and not taking advantage of university rules and policies, then respecting what your research dean tells you to do, so that will pave a way to a good third year PhD. That's when you will be writing your thesis. I will make my next video what to do in your PhD third year exactly. Let us speak practical things like this. It's not something very official, it's not something very formal things, but these things will help a PhD student to come across, to come over from those difficulties what so many PhD students are facing right now. Okay, so wish you a good luck in your PhD second year. Let us if someone wants to join in my WhatsApp group, it is there in the description, WhatsApp group link. You can just click on that and you can join. Thank you so much.